Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters that's out there onto the Israelite foreigners. And the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. I'm just going to title this something to the extent, we was born to contend. Alright, something like that. And I was contemplating on the show, and that word came about because this particular scripture I wanted to bring out is one of the main reasons for that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the one before that. 2 7 and 7th chapter. Yep. I start at 6 and I'm gonna jump down. 2 7 and 6. There's also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field, is full of good things. And that city is the kingdom of heaven. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, as like if there were a fire on the right hand or on the left, a deep water. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and water, so small that they could be but one man go there at once. And that was which we all know, that's kingdom of heaven, going through the trials and tribulation to get to the kingdom of heaven. What's that one looking for? Oh, yes. Alright, so in the film, this particular film I'm thinking of, I think it's Creed, the second one. Yeah, Creed 2. And if you haven't seen it, it's a little spoiler alert, but it's a good movie to see. And this is something that all men knows anyway, but it was this particular part. And the character Creed, he got his ass beat. Pretty much, he got beat where he felt defeated. And he had a daughter, and the daughter had a sickness. And then he was looking at his daughter, despite she have this sickness, as a baby, brand newborn baby. And despite this brand newborn baby have this thing that once that child grows up, it's going to be a hindrance to that child. Despite all that, the child was kicking and crying and screaming like the child was fighting. And that's what he was saying. He said that his daughter was, even how small she is, she's a pretty much a fighter. All right. So when you analyze it, when a child is born, no matter what the society would say what's wrong with it, before anything could be said, oh, this is wrong about this individual, that child automatically, just for survival itself, will fight. Alright? If you watch anything of animals, they will fight to the bitter end, because they're contending to live. And in this thing of ours, that's what we do. We are born to contend. Alright? We're born to contend. Now I'm going to jump down. This is my favorite chapter. This is my favorite, because it's bad. It says, I started 52, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a worry life. Oh, let me look up that word worry. Worry. Let me look this up real quick. Definition: worry, feeling or showing caution about possible dangers or problems. So worry basically to keep you high alert. So matter of fact, let me get this particular scripture real quick. Keep you in high alert. Psalms 23, 23rd chapter, to the point. Psalms 23:4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Which the rod and the staff is talking about the scriptures. So we are already in the shadow of death. And yet we're fighting to survive in this dark place. Alright? We was put in darkness, the chains of darkness, and we was put here to fight. And the tool that we have to fight with is the rod and staff, which is the scriptures. Alright? Let me get this real quick before Jude. I had it. Let me see. Jude 1:3. That's what it was. Beloved, when I give all diligence to write unto you of the commons of salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. And look up the word contend. To contend. It says, to struggle, for earnest contend for. So our earnest contention, or to contend, is to fight to survive in the valley of the shadow of death. What was it? Yes. Going back to the scripture real quick. 2 Ezra 7:52, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a worried life, a cautious life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. Right? Shadow of death. We did things that we're not supposed to, and that they should be showed a paradise, which is the kingdom of heaven, whose fruit endureth forever, wherein is security, medicine, since we shall not enter into it. So Ezra is asking these questions, like, the city, this place where we have to fight to get, but all we know is war. And this is that's why Ezra's I believe it's Uriel Selim says, for we have walked in unpleasant places in the face of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars. That's quick precept to that is Daniel's 12th chapter. Alright, those that bring in many into this thing of ours shall be as the stars. It said, whereas our face shall be blacker than darkness. For while we live and commit iniquity in this present body, the chains of darkness, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Alright? Meaning the reincarnation. So this is our last cycle. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle. So this life itself is a battle. Alright? Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. So men upon the earth must fight to contend for this faith, for this kingdom, for this rest. Alright, which let me get that real quick. I believe it's Hebrews 10? No, it's Hebrews 13. Hebrews 13. It says, for here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come. And that continuous city is going to be what? The kingdom of heaven. Alright, now, yes, so the precept that, I'm going to start at 8:1 and I'm going to jump down Second Ezra 8:1, it says, and he answered me and saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few, the elect, for the elect's sake. All right, everybody that's here and put on earth is to be destroyed, to be judged for the things that they've done. I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou hast asked the earth, and it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, whereof earthly vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. So when somebody look for dust, and dust don't come in a gold nugget, it come as a dust, and through I believe fire or so forth, it comes together. Okay, so gold is automatically dust, but without all this dirt and dust that's in the air, gold is a rare thing to find. All right, even so, the course of this present world, there be many created, but few shall be saved. And the many is talking about all Israel. The Lord clearly says that the nation of Israel should be as the sand of the sea. All right, as the stars of heaven. Okay, that cannot be numbered or measured. But out of all these things, only a few of them will survive, which is what? The elect. I'm gonna jump down. Was it 50th chapter? Yes. Verse 50 says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that are in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, which we in that stage where all hell's about to break loose. And it says, but understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteous is made ready, a city is built, which we just read about in second Ezra, the 7th chapter, in Hebrews the 13th chapter. All right, that city and it says, and here's the key point, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom, and rest is allowed. So we fighting for that rest, we fighting for that goodness. All right, this is what we're fighting for. We're naturally born contenders. All right, not because our hand skill is the best, not because our physique is at its greatest peak, because it's the Lord put us down here to fight for the kingdom. All right, and while everybody else, they fold like lawn chairs. So we here to fight for the kingdom of heaven. I was thinking about precept. Oh yes, 2 Peter 3 and 10, I believe. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, and the works there that are in shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, so everything that's surrounding us, everything that's around us, people as well, because everything's made out of elements. All right, the car, the house, clothing, everything that you could think of is made out of elements, and is going to be used to add to the fire. Seeing all these things is going to be destroyed, what manner of person are ye to be? And whole holy conversation, which not talking about what you speak, is the lifestyle that you live. All right, holy conversation and godliness. You have to live a godliness lifestyle. You know, it says, for looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens shall be being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with a fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heavens, a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's what we seek it for. So everything that we do, the little that we do, which is not little, it's a lot. It's a great impactful thing. It's leading to that ultimate rest. The rest that we all seek. Because America, like it says Micah 2 and 10, is not our rest. This is the valley of the shadow of death. Everything about it, yeah, you fight to survive, but people survive. People get caught up and trapped up into all types of manners, and which leads them to destruction. So we fighting for something greater than ourselves. We fighting for the kingdom. All right. Two more. Matthew 6 and 20, I believe. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where no thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So our mindset is supposed to be of the future. That future where righteousness dwelleth, that rest. Alright? This is what we're contending for. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is an eye. If therefore thine eye be single, meaning focus, the whole body shall be full of light. So if we're focused on the kingdom of heaven, we're focused in our future, then we in the right spirit. We're contending for the right thing. All right. Matthew's 18? No, 19:27. 28. And no, 27. Then answered Peter said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit in the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And this Lord's talking to his disciples, all right, which became apostles. Meaning they're going to be kings, and they're going to be judging, giving orders to the rest, because they're the highest part of the government of the kingdom. And everyone that forsaketh houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, wife, or children, lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. So everything that we lose or we never had, all right, in this restless place, this shadow of the valley of death, we're going to receive 100-fold in the kingdom of heaven. All right, that's going to be added to us. So that we're working for something. We're working for future stocks and in the future payment. All right, that's what we're working for, and we're fighting for it consistently. Out of all groups, who's the only group that really go out there in the highways, byways, no matter what the weather condition is, always consistent, always hard body. And I have to bring it out. It was a difference between, I know it was a rap battle, but damn, the Locks and Dipset. One was always had that hunger and that compassion, and the other one's like a bunch of fat cats that, like, we made it, you know. And the one that had the hunger and compassion, you could feel the compassionate, you could feel the energy, and the other ones, you didn't feel nothing. You're like, oh, these guys just, there's a big difference. And you see that in the spirit of brothers, always have that hunger, always have it, because we seeking something greater than ourselves. But it says, verse 30, but many that are first shall be last, and last shall be first. So we seeketh the kingdom of heaven. We go out there and contending for that. And we was built for it. We was born for it. We was born to fight and lead that example. Alright? That's what the scripture says. Everything that's written is before time was for our learning. and we see what our forefathers did, and we see how we must fight, while the rest of the world, they just folded. They don't even know why they're doing what they're doing, because they received their glory on this side, but we seek the kingdom to come. So with that being said, something real quick through the Spirit, shalom to the elect of the nations, shalom.